Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll try and be quick, but this is probably going to be longer than any of us like. I got a lot of questions on the downgrades and how I feel so certain that a bunch of facilities are working a pay band low. The erosion of mid-levels links back to an MOU NATCA signed in 2011. Throughout this campaign, I've said that we can't be afraid to be self-critical. We can't be afraid to admit where we've made some mistakes. Sometimes NATCA reaches an agreement, and at the time we thought it was good. But as time goes on, we realize that it wasn't. And some mistakes, well, they were made. We must be able to go back and fix those mistakes. That 2011 MOU was carried into the 2016 CBA, and it became the breakpoints for your facility pay. Let me give you some background. In 1998, we signed the Green Book and transitioned from GS pay scales to AT pay bands. The conversion looked like this. All the GS11s were split into ATC 5 through 8s. The GS12s went through ATC 6s through 9s. The 13s, they went to 8 to 11s. And the GS14s went to 9 through 12s. When splitting the single GS band into 4 ATC bands, it was based on facility traffic count. Basically the busiest 25%, the slowest 25%, and the two in the middle. Prior to reclass, traffic count didn't matter. Once NATCA and the agency knew where each facility was going to fall, we created complexity indicators and the math that led to the breakpoints. All those indicators and math was based off of hand counts for every facility in the country. Let me stop there and deal with something before the distractions start. What about GS10s? You didn't cover them. See? Liar. All right, so let's go. In 1998, 165 GS10 facilities were contracted out. They are FCTs now. Only 4 GS10 facilities remained FAA. Those sites converted to ATC 5 and 6s. From 1998 to 2011, mostly through the years of the White Book, the agency installed count dobs at hundreds of terminals, but most were still using hand count traffic to determine facility pay levels until 2011. The agency wanted to eliminate the hand counts and go nationwide with count ops. They had massive amounts of data on what each facility hand count and automated counts were. We had a want as well. We wanted the NDT back in place. So, with very little validation or examination of what the actual difference from hand count to automated count was, NATCA offered to reduce the breakpoints by 7% to account for the difference. Remember, before the 2011 MOU, most sites were counting off of flight progress strips. The agency jumped on NATCA's proposal of 7%. Months later, an MOU was signed and included downgrading about 127 facilities and upgrading only 3. My team spent months recreating traffic count and trying to gauge what we felt was the difference between the hand count and the automated count. We looked at raw traffic totals from just before count ups to just after. Our math, it puts the difference between 19 and 21%, which explains why the FAA jumped all over that 7% and took their 127 downgrades. For them, coming out of the White Book, this was another way to roll back salaries. It was another FAA opportunity to take money from NATCA members. That bad 2011 MOU was rolled into the slate book and downgrades expanded and decimated the mid-levels in the terminal world. And it plagues all of us today. I'll give you some examples. Today, like right now, Seattle Tracon's 5.18% from being an ATC 11. And you can't get there. Santa Barbara, you are even closer to an ATC 8. You can't get there either. Austin, San Antonio, how you feeling? Palm Beach, Spokane, Washington, you? All over the country, there are hundreds of facilities in this predicament, and it all traces right back to the 2011 MOU. As you get ready to vote in this election, please keep this in mind, that the NDJH team knew all of this when they went to the table for the 2016 CBA. They watched like the rest of us as hundreds of facilities were being downgraded. They watched as the money was being stripped out of the controller workforce. Did they do something about it? Nope. They just rolled the 2011 MOU right into the CBA. Their words about being concerned about your pay rings hollow when you consider that their actions, when they had a chance to do something about it, they did nothing. Don't buy the BS and the bait and switch. They didn't fix it in the first time they had a chance. Don't count on them to fix it now. Check your mail for the ballot and please vote. And I look forward to be part of the NEB that will work to fix your pay.